I know they're great if they've got the right kind of mustard on them. Now, come on.
What do you mean mustard? Mustard's mustard.
Mustard. Look at there's red hot mustard. There's garlic and herb mustard, and we should ask Petula Clark what kind of mustard she likes. All right, let's do it. Well, come on, eat your hot dog.
Okay,
come on, let's get to work. You know that did you know that there's even a beer mustard?
No, my goodness, this one looks like honey.
It is honey mustard.
Honey mustard? You mean it's actually sweet? Oh, I love it.
What would your character and Ross prefer?
I think he'd like the red-hot red mustard, this one here.
Lawrence of Arabia would like the red hot
He
stuff.
certainly would. Lieutenant Roberts was given the Victoria Cross in 1858 for bravely saving a man of the Punjab cavalry from certain death. I think Lawrence could, he could associate with this.
Now, I have to explain the mustard here. We have hot mustard, we have red mustard.
You got any more complaints?
You're doing a good job, Bryce. You ever done this before?
Oh, many times.
Out of all the mustards that you sell here, what's the most popular? Is it Nancy's or? It is. Well, why do they like that?
It's the greatest on the hot dog.
The greatest hot dog mustard. All right, well, that's Nancy's. That's that Nancy's hot dog mustard.
A 25-cent donation to the Canadian Cancer Society, that's what. Yes, it's that time of year when Shopsy's Delicatessen, Israel Shopsowitz proprietor, puts on a business-boggling event, a vendor bender, if you will, and 25 cents from each and every one of the 10,000 hot dogs he will sell this month goes to the fight against the dread disease. Shopsy's capable serving staff was augmented today by a host of celebrities, including the ever-popular Marie Barron. Does she dress like that all the time? No, silly. That's the costume she wears in the hit musical The Desert Song, now playing at the Bayview Theater. Joining her in the Bagel and Rocks department was Victor Young, who plays the Red Shadow in that show, Simon Ward, starring in Ross at the Royal Alex, and singing star Petula Clark. All tips acquired by the celebrity servers went to the Cancer Fund, and Miss Clark paused long enough in her labors to explain how long she had been working at her new job.
A couple of minutes.
How was it for tips?
Haven't had any yet. Do you think I'll get some?
Well, have you asked?
Do you have to ask?
Well, no, actually, in normal polite society, people would give them to you, but here in Toronto now.
Listen, I'm going to be so terrific. They won't be able to resist me.
The well-known waitresses and handsome hash slingers will be gone by now, but the fight against cancer goes on, and so does Shopsy's deal. So hurry on down before the end of April and order a hot dog. Remember, you get to keep the bun. Glenn Cochran, CFTO News.
Before we get into this throw, I want to tell you a nice thing that's happening in Toronto by the good people at Shopsy's. In fact, is this still full of nice hot dogs?
Yeah.
You want a hot dog? That's a Gordon Martineau line. I guess I should have left it with him, huh? Shopsy's sent these over. It's full of, there you go, a hot dog. Like a hot dog?
Yeah.
Now, the reason that Shopsy's, where did the hot dog come from, okay? Anybody, any man from Mensa or potential member know the origins of the hot dog? You have 10 seconds for 20.
Frankfurt, West Germany, 1855.
You read this release,
No,
didn't you?
I know that. It was invented by Mrs. Lipinski. Always carried a bag of strudel under her armpit.
I'm sorry. You did not get the $20 million, sir. However, you were almost close. Records show that the Frankfurter evolved in Frankfurt, Germany, when a local butcher decided that not everyone liked sausage, so he made these things up. The problem was, in St. Louis, the story continues, okay? We'll just flip from Frankfurters to Frankfurt, Germany to the St. Louis Exposition in 1904. I suppose the butcher from Frankfurt went there. Now, he had a problem because they would give people these little slim sausages, which you know are kind of messy, and the guy would give him his white gloves to hold them. Of course, he never got the gloves back. So he invented the hot dog bun. I don't know if this is true, but isn't that a great story? All of that.
Better.
Yours was better. Anyway, this all happened, and that's how Shopsy was born. If you go down to Shopsy's at the corner of Yonge and Front Street from July 3rd, from noon, which is today, from noon to 2 p.m., and buy a hot dog, they give 25 cents from every hot dog sold to the Variety Club, and it goes to children's charity. So they send us all these hot dogs. So, Mark, the hot dog?
Sure.
Camera 2, watch this. And now, you got it. Nice, you got it. John, you want a hot dog?
I only had 4. 5.
Julius?
Peanut butter on them, we might have.
Julius, you want a hot dog? There you go. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Shopsy. That's very nicely done.
Movie actor Douglas Fairbanks Jr. was in town today for a very special occasion. As CFTO's indoor sports editor Glenn Cochran tells us, Fairbanks had a hand in handing over a new van to be used by the Variety Club for transporting the handicapped and elderly.
There now are about 80 coaches operating in Toronto, and the latest edition, sponsored by Nestle and Max Milk, was turned over to the Yonge Street Mission today by movie hero Douglas Fairbanks Jr. His father, Douglas Fairbanks Sr., married Toronto-born actress Mary Pickford, and legend has it that an underground tunnel connected their homes so they could see one another in secret before Fairbanks' divorce came through. Fairbanks Jr. was asked if the tunnel really existed.
No, there never was. That story was, I don't know how it ever got about. There was no reason for it because Pickfair was being remodeled, and both my father and stepmother were married at the time when they bought it. And there was no reason for a tunnel to go through.
Mr. Fairbanks later was on the head table for a luncheon held for Variety Club International members attending the 1986 convention in Toronto. The luncheon, modestly described as the largest deli lunch ever served in North America, was held at the Sheraton Centre Hotel and hosted by Shopsy's Deli, Israel Shopsowitz proprietor. It featured a plethora of pastrami, a dazzle of dills, and an abundance of apple strudel, soul food for the Club of the Heart. About 800 members are attending the convention, and even though they come from all over the world, they're all involved in projects like Variety Village in Toronto, a facility that has pioneered in meeting the needs of handicapped youngsters. Behind the hijinks and the hot dogs, Variety Village is what the Variety Club is all about. It's a place where big people with big hearts help little people with big problems. Glenn Cochran, CFTO News.
The ice show stars had some unwanted additions to the chorus line this afternoon. Author Lynn Gordon was hustling the dogs, and so was actress and thrush Catherine McKinnon.
It's lunchtime with Brad Gifford here at Shopsy's. Brad, I saw you on the other end of that chorus line. Have you... Geez, that must be a good hot dog. Have you ever thought of running away and joining the Ice Capades? Mm-hmm. Yes, and what stopped you from running away to join the Ice Capades, besides your love of hot dogs? I know your mother told you never to speak with your mouth full, so I have to go on and vamp here when you finish eating your hot dog. Would you mind chewing more quickly, please? Now, we were talking about why you're not going to join the Ice Capades and why you're going to stay with Toronto Rocks. What's the story? That's great.
And after all the kibitzing, the kids at Variety Village reaped the real rewards.
They call it January in July. Ice and bikinis on Front Street. The chorus line from Ecstasy on Ice, the current show at Royal York's Imperial Room, performs on plastic ice while the band plays. The occasion, National Hot Dog Month. The chorus and other performers in town hand out hot dogs, asking for donations to the Variety Club's children's charities. Shopsy's will donate 25 cents from every hot dog they sell this month. And just for the occasion, the delicatessen has researched the origin of the hot dog right back to 1904 at the St. Louis World's Fair.
They were serving them just as a hot dog without any buns or anything, and the fellow who was vending decided to get people white gloves. But he found he kept losing the gloves, so his friend, I think it was his brother actually, suggested putting him on two roll, like a roll cut in half, and that's how they invented the hot dog.
Last year, Shopsy's raised $35,000 for charity from sales of the humble hot dog. Bill Harrington at January in July.
A warm, sunny day like this, you want to play baseball, right? No, silly, this is Canada. And ice skating is never far from the hearts of the citizens of this great country. And that's what led me to Front Street and the open-air rink at Shopsy's Delicatessen, Israel Shopsowitz proprietor. Brightly costumed skaters made a pleasing sight as they glided effortlessly about, and the Variety Village band played a medley of stirring airs. There was no high sticking and nobody in the penalty box, but a certain amount of charging occurred, all for a good cause. During July, every winning wiener sold at Shopsy's will score a 25-cent donation for the children's charities of Variety Club of Ontario. And famous people such as author Lynn Gordon pitched in today to help sell hot dogs to the hungry throng. I showed up on skates today. They call me the Shorter Cranston of the NHL, and converted a nifty pass from singer Catherine McKinnon into a double donation for the cause. It's a good deal for a good meal, so be a good skate and buy a Shopsies this month.
This month has been declared Herbie Month in Toronto. There will be various functions around town to raise some money, including a free football salami from Shopsy's Deli when you make a $10 contribution to the Herbie Fund. Metro Chairman Dennis Flynn kicked off the special month today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Touchdown.
There you go. Just not that for 2.5 pounds.
The Herbie Fund was set up in 1979 by former Metro Chairman Paul Godfrey. The fund helps needy children from around the world who require specialized medical and surgical care.
Operation Herbie got a big boost today from Shopsies. For the rest of the month, Delicatessen will give you a free football salami for making a donation of $10 or more to the Herbie Fund. The fund helps children requiring life-saving medical treatment unavailable in their own countries. Come to the Hospital for Sick Children.
I'm in here about 15, 20 times a day. This is home for me.
Shopsies is saying goodbye to Spadina because they couldn't expand there, and the tempo's changed in the city.
Most of our customers have moved away, and in order to get here, have to come by car. Parking is, it's difficult here, particularly on the weekends.
While the best, Shopsy know the secret.
Yeah? Well, what is the secret? Is it the way you
No,
it,
nobody knows. It's a little spicy. The quality is very good.
And my mother was afraid I'd starve either on the way to Hebrew school or on the way back, so she'd give me a nickel or a dime to stop off here at Harry Shopsiwitz's for a corned beef or for a hot dog.
Wayne and Schuster are two others who grew up with Shopsies in Spadina. Art Eggleton and Larry Grossman were also there today to pack away a sandwich or two.
The masses have always had a special place in their heart for the humble hot dog. Even the Babylonians had hot dog-itis. They were feasting on a kind of hot dog 3,500 years ago. But hot dog historians tell us the Frankfurter was born 130 years ago in Frankfurt, Germany. And like the rest of us, it was born naked.
One of the entrepreneurs at St. Louis World Fair back in the early 1900s used to sell hot dogs and would provide the patrons with white gloves. But in a lot of cases, he wasn't getting his gloves back. So he decided to try and do something else. His brother-in-law was a baker who created a roll as we know it today to put the hot dog in, and this is how the hot dog was started.
There was more than just smoked meat at Shopsies on King tonight.
For an offensive line.
True cigar smokers know never touch the flame to the end of the cigar when lighting up. That was one of the only rules that applied at tonight's cigar banquet. The evening consisted of 5 different cigars and a 5-course meal. Proceeds going to Variety Children's Charities.
The Hospital for Sick Children's Herbie Fund got a much-needed boost today thanks to Metro Police and 1,100 salami footballs. CFTO's Tom Hayes explains.
It was a massive police operation. Hundreds of cars pulled over in front of Shopsy's Deli at Yonge and Front in an effort to unload hundreds of giant salami footballs for the Herbie Fund.
Now, these salami footballs are made just for Shopsy for this promotion. As you can see, they even have their own laces on them, which of course makes for a good grip when you're doing that long bomb. Oh, nice catch.
For a minimum donation of $10, motorists receive the 2-pound pigskin.
I think it's a good deal, yeah.
Think it's going for a worthy cause, a Herbie Fund?
I think anything that's helping somebody else is a good cause.
Good deal for a salami?
Yeah, that's really good. I heard about it on the news and came right over.
Excellent. What news?
I think it was CFTO.
Well, we'll see if we enjoy it tonight.
Look, it's got laces on it and everything. See, turn it around. It's like a Nerf salami. You can throw it around.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Jan Bassett heads up Operation Herbie.
Herbie Fund brings children in from all over the world. We've sponsored 280 children from 80 different countries, and we bring them in for operations at the Hospital for Sick Children, which they would not be able to get in their own homes.
1,000 salami footballs were sold in record time, just over 35 minutes. $11,000 was raised for the Herbie Fund. Tom Hayes, CFTO News.
Canada's Mr. Hot Dog, Sam Shopsowitz, has died in a Toronto hospital. He was 65. Shopsowitz's father and mother came to Canada from Poland after the First World War and opened the famous Shopsy's Deli on Spadina Avenue. It recently moved to a new address at Front and Yonge Streets. Before selling Shopsy's to Lever Brothers, he controlled a